Hey guys, I'm the Coaster Kid, and welcome back to AI Dungeon 2. Last time, we were an egg. You don't need any more explanation. If you're interested in us being an egg, you can go ahead and click the link in the description. It's probably not as interesting as you think it is. Anyway, this time we are returning to our Wheel of Suggestions. We still have Phoenix Wright, JoJo, and the City 17. All right here on the Wheel of Suggestions. I have no idea what we're gonna cut today, but let's go ahead and see. Ooh, oh, just on the border. Alright, here's the Phoenix Wright one. Now, this one, I'm sure you all know the premise because I've known what title I was gonna give to this for a very long time. It's called Objection, as you know, because that's all we're gonna be doing today. That's the only response we're gonna have. Well, we're gonna have objection, take that, and hold it, which are the only 3 lines that are voiced in Ace Attorney, and so those are gonna be our voices for this entire playthrough. So I hope you guys like that because that's what you're gonna be getting. And also, if there's another voice line that I'm forgetting, I'm deeply sorry, but those 3 that I just said are the ones that we're going to be using today, so you're gonna get to deal with that. Here we go. You are Phoenix Wright, a famous defense attorney. You must defend your best friend, Maya Fey, who is on trial for murder. Maya has a sister named Mia, who is dead. Your rival and main prosecutor for this case, Miles Edgeworth, has a lot of evidence and witnesses to prove that Maya is guilty. You must cross-examine your witnesses and prove that your defendant, Maya Fey, is innocent, while also finding the true murderer. All right, what will we do? We're going to start out with the ultimate command. We're going to take that. We're going to take that information and we're going to just go. The first thing you do is look at the witness list. There's only one person there who could possibly be able to help you. Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was in charge of the investigation into Mia's death, so he knows what happened. Okay, clarification, we're going to be using those commands whenever we talk to someone. Everything else we can use other stuff, because otherwise this would go literally nowhere. Alright, so let's go ahead and visit Edgeworth at his favorite spot, which, I am very curious. His favorite spot's the courtroom. That works. You head over to the courtroom where Edgeworth usually sits. When you arrive, you see him sitting with his back against the wall and his hands folded in front of him. He looks up when he sees you approach, but doesn't say anything. I'm here. Hey, I told you, I can only say these few things. Don't you dare. You know what? You're not allowed. That I'm here never happened. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and we'll try again. Let's go ahead and visit Edgeworth. See if we get the same result. I just wanted to delete the I am here because, as I said, we are not talking. But, yeah, it's slightly different. You head into the courthouse where you see Edgeworth sitting behind his desk. The judge sits across from him, and the prosecution and defense attorneys sit in front of them. A man with a stern face stands up from each side of the courtroom. Good afternoon. Objection! I think this is the best way to enter a room. Someone's just like, good afternoon, how are you doing? And you're just like, objection! Edgeworth says, raising his hand. The defense attorney looks down and pretends to be looking up at the ceiling. He's looking down while pretending to be looking up at the ceiling because that's how you do. His voice sounds very serious as he continues to speak. I'm not sure if I understand why you're objecting. Hold it! You can't. You quickly stop yourself from saying something stupid like, it's just business. You decide to keep it professional. Edward turns around and stares back at you. He frowns slightly and raises an eyebrow. What do we have? We've got, oh, take that. That's right. There it is. Take that. We're such a child. We're literally, he's just like, objection, probably about to make this beautiful point. And then we literally walk into the courtroom and we're like, hold it, take that. And then he's like, why? With that, you turn away and walk out of the room. When you get outside, you find yourself facing a crowd of people waiting for you. They all stare at you as if they want to know what the hell is wrong with you. Let's mumble to ourselves. Objection. Just quietly to ourselves, like in a kind of moping way, like, nobody likes me. I object to them not liking me. Hey, don't stare at me like that. Just hold it. Just hold your opinions and just don't unleash them on me. You continue to walk through the crowd until you reach the entrance of the court building. Inside, you find yourself facing Judge Emma Skye. She gives a slight smile when she sees you. Ah, Mr. Wright, what brings you here? She asks. Judge Emma Skye? Judge Emma Skye? Judge Emma Skye? The name is so familiar. I know she's not a judge. I'm trying desperately. I'm leaning towards detective, but I'm not sure. What brings me here? Just take that. Maybe it'll clear things up. I don't know. Just take that away from me. Take that! You shout angrily. The judge laughs and shakes her head. Oh no, you can't say such things. Objection! I'm hoping desperately that we get committed to some sort of insane asylum. I don't think there's any way that this is gonna work. You yell again. This time, the judge doesn't laugh. Instead, she gives you a glare that makes your blood run cold. She then walks past you and goes to another table when she sits down. Hold it! Come on, you can't leave me here. You can't leave me here. All I'm able to say is take that, hold it, an objection, please. You hold your hands up and look at the judge. She smiles and nods slowly. Then she begins to read off some papers on a clipboard. As she does so, you begin to feel uneasy about everything. Objection! You can't make me feel uneasy about myself. That's not allowed. You can't do this to me. You can't. You all are such bullies. Objection! You shout loudly. The judge looks at you and shrugs her shoulders. She picks up one of the papers and reads it aloud. It's a request for Edgeworth to step down from his position as prosecutor in the case due to being too biased against you. Take that, Edgeworth. Take that. Finally, we're not going to be going up against each other. God, I just want to see some new faces around the office every now and then. The judge sighs and takes the paper from you. She opens it up and reads it aloud. Judge Emma Skye requests that Defendant Edgeworth be removed from case due to bias. This is not good news from you. All right, well then let's object. We can't allow anything that's not good news for us to go ahead and continue. It all must be stopped in the name of the law and our own biases, because obviously... Objection! You shout. The judge frowns and turns around to face you. Her eyes are red-rimmed and her lips pursed in an angry scowl. She stares at you with hatred, but also with sadness. Hold it. Please. You can't. She probably feels like she's going insane. She can't. You stop yourself from shouting any further. If you do, you'll probably lose the trial. Besides, if there was anything you could have done to help out Edward during this trial, why would you want to ruin that by yelling? The judge continues reading and closes the document. Just hold it. Just hold it. You can't stop the trial that I didn't even know was going on. You can't stop it. You raise your hand and say, hold it. The judge looks at you with disappointment. Very well, I will allow this motion. Objection! And just as many exclamation points as we can get. Just a ton of exclamation points. And a 1. And a 1 to just throw in there, make AI Dungeon be so confused. Just a nice, solid 1. You continue to sing out objection. The judge lets out a long sigh and turns back towards you. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I must decline your motion. Objection! You can't decline my motion. I am Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. This is what I do. You shout angrily and point at the judge. The judge raises an eyebrow and then looks at you. She continues to stare at you before nodding slowly. She then stands up from her seat and heads over to the door where she leaves you alone. Let's wait for someone to come. Let's just go ahead and wait a while and see if we're just left alone in this room after screaming objection to fill the silence. You sit quietly and wait for someone to come. Eventually, you hear footsteps coming down the hallway. You quickly get up and head towards them. When they arrive, you see a man wearing a suit walking towards you with a clipboard in hand. Take that? Question mark? We've expanded our vocabulary just a tiny bit. You know, all that sitting in silence, pondering the English language really helped. You asked him, take that? He smiles and nods his head in response. He asks you what's wrong, and you explain about the judge. He seems pretty interested, though, so he doesn't seem like he wants you to press you on it right away. He seems pretty interested, though he doesn't seem like he wants to press you on it right away. Hold it. You hold your hands up in front of you as if to indicate that you don't want to talk anymore. The man looks confused and then walks off without saying another word. It seems this trial went better than expected. Let's just go ahead and, Maya appears. Let's talk to me. Wait, that's Mia. That's her dead. That's the dead person. Oh no. You wake up to find yourself lying on the floor of your room. A large man sits next to you who is holding a clipboard in one hand and looking at you with concern. Mia stands behind him, holding a small camera which she is using to take pictures of everything. Let's have Maya appear now, the correct one. Let's have them all appear in our last moments of insanity. You groggily open your eyes and look around. There are 2 doors here, one leading into the living area and another into the kitchen. There's also a small table in between them with several empty plates on it. Let's go to the kitchen. You walk over to the kitchen and see a woman there cooking something. She looks at you with confusion when she sees you standing nearby. What are you doing here? The woman looks at you with suspicion. Objection? Question mark? I object to the idea of you not thinking I should be here. You say objection. The woman frowns and shakes her head. Very well then, what is it that you have to tell me? You explain your side of things, no doubt, in just objection, hold it, and take that, and she listens intently while shaking her head once again. Take that. You interrupt her by shouting loudly. She turns around and stares at you angrily. she says in a stern tone. I'm not going to listen to any more lies. I know what happened. You killed my brother. Objection. Kind of a loud objection. I didn't kill your brother. That's not what happened. That's not a thing. I don't know why you would ever say that. Oh, wow, we talked. You shout back, I'm not gonna listen to any more lies. I know what happened. You killed my brother. Your name will be known throughout this land for this heinous crime. The woman begins to cry and begs you not to make such accusations. I guess she killed my brother. Just take that then, I guess. I mean, I came out on top of the situation, which is a good thing because it wasn't going well. You continue to yell at her, but she continues to refuse to believe you. She starts crying harder and screams out, my brother was murdered by someone else, someone who didn't even live here, before collapsing onto the ground, sobbing uncontrollably. Let's have a therapist appear. Let's call her a therapist. I think that she needs a therapist of all the people. A young woman wearing glasses and dressed in a white lab coat comes walking through the door. She speaks quietly to you, but calmly enough so you can understand her. Are you okay? Are you sure about this whole story? She asks. Yes. Objection. I just said yes, but now I'm saying objection. You'll figure it out somehow. You raise your hands defensively as the therapist steps forward. Excuse me, but I'm not interested in hearing another lie. You turn away from her and begin to pace nervously. Hold it. You start to speak quickly, but you stop yourself short. No. I'm sorry, you say. The therapist sighs and walks past you without saying anything else. You stand up slowly and try to calm down before continuing. Objection! You hold your hand up defensively and attempt to stifle a laugh. The therapist looks at you and smiles. She says, in an encouraging manner, well done. That's good. Hold it. You look confused and ask, what do you mean? The therapist shrugs and says in a friendly manner, just trying to help. Well, maybe that is so, therapist, and you're just trying to help, but looks like you're not going to do the thing which you need to do, so I'm going to go ahead and commit myself to an insane asylum where I belong. You nod and agree with the suggestion. The therapist then takes you into her office, where she sits in a chair next to you. She opens up a folder and begins reading some papers inside it. Accept our fate and live the rest of our days in an insane asylum. And we're going to go ahead and end this one here because I don't think there's much further I can get into the surprisingly sad rabbit hole of an attorney who can only say 3 things and thus annoys all of the people around him until they finally realize that he's not doing it because he wants to, but that he's doing it because it's the only thing he can do. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this slight and slow descent into madness of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, go ahead and like the video. If you want to see more insane craziness and ideas, you can go ahead and subscribe. There's going to be new videos of AI Dungeon every other day. And if you want to see a specific prompt, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below, and I will add it to the wheel of names. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you all soar high and enjoy your ride of life. Bye!